Hi, everybody. This is an episode of We Are M&R. Today I'm talking with Dylan from Upstate Merch. Um, and we just had a couple of questions because obviously things are different depending on where you're at in the country. Um, and you're a little bit out in the country, even though you're in Upstate. So um, tell us, just to get things going, tell us a brief overview of your company, Dylan, if you wouldn't mind.
I own Upstate Merch. We've been together for about 10 years now. We are in upstate New York, so we're kind of away from the whole city situation going on right now. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. The funny thing about where we are is we're actually considered a village and not a town. So the population here is real small, so it's a lot easier going around than it is in the city right now.
Yeah, I mean, so in your specific case, what's your current status and what are you able to do as a company?
Basically all of New York got shut down, but we filed for kind of the essential status to stay open. They basically told us that we could have essential staff to produce whatever orders we could get out for, like hospitals, construction workers, stuff like that. Basically, the essential companies that are trying to stay open. But I kind of downsized everything to working maybe 2 days a week. And when we are working, I only have staff here that are needed. So I might have one guy in after hours by himself coding screens and cleaning screens, and then another guy, all my sales staff are home on their computers. And so there's only like 1 to 3 people here at a time. But we are getting orders out and staying open and, trying new avenues and stuff like that.
Okay. One thought I had when we were talking about this beforehand, when we were talking before we recorded this, was maybe if you could share just a little bit. You have some experience online with social media platforms, and I thought it might be useful for you to just briefly touch on some things that printers might be able to do, um, if they're not really that skilled or they're not really that developed in social media status. If you can give them a couple of tips on things that might do while they're kind of waiting, I guess, to get back up to speed.
Yeah, well, for social media right now, it's kind of, I mean, for me, it's kind of the same as it's always been as far as just being honest and showing what you're doing and what's going on. Like right now on social media, you don't really want to act like everything's totally normal and you're, putting out the best content and everything all the time. Basically show people like, hey, um, we're going through the same stuff you're going through. This is how we're getting through it. This is how we try to stay open. This is how, this is what we're printing for, to kind of help everybody along right now. The big thing with social right now, a lot of people are pushing online stores. So, showing people how you can stay relevant and still sell merchandise online. You don't have to fully shut down. You can still support your company and your employees by, you know, selling stuff online when you might not even done that before. Like a lot of breweries and places that are closed right now are all ordering shirts, having online stores so that they can keep their staff, keep giving money to their staff when they can instead of just laying everybody off and shutting down completely. So, but yeah, as far as social, just, stay active still, but, be honest and show people what you're going through. I think is kind of key right now for sure. A lot of stories, so not as many posts, but a lot more stories and um, just kind of letting everybody know what's going on for sure.
Yeah, no, I think those are great tips because I think that some people can get carried away with trying to roll out some sort of big plan right now, and it's probably not the best time to get too complicated
Yeah,
with anything.
yeah,
If
sure.
somebody wanted to get and they're not familiar with online stores, is there an easy way to kind of get more familiar with that? Is there some resources or some stuff that you would recommend in regards to that?
There's a lot of stuff going around right now. I mean, a lot of people like to use like Shopify and stuff. I personally haven't used Shopify. We ended up getting kind of luckily before the whole Corona thing popped up was we've had online stores before, but I was always trying to do it on our own and having a web guy build us a site and all that stuff. But we ended up getting hooked up with Inksoft and
Oh, okay.
started using just their store platform, and it's been really good for us because it's really easy to just log in and set up a store. And I mean, I could probably set a store up in like 10, 15 minutes. So That's kind of key right now. Like if you have to go through and do like a ton of editing and get, if it takes you a day to set up a store, then you're not really going to get a whole lot done. So basically, you're hitting up all the people that have the capabilities to sell a good amount of shirts, or people that want to do a fundraiser to keep, money for their employees or whatever. Right now, for me personally, it's been a lot of like bands and comedians and, online YouTubers and stuff that basically everything dried up because they can't go do live shows.
Right,
So
right.
they're, trying to sell stuff to their fans online to kind of keep money coming in. So that's basically been our focus right now is, like I said, a lot of that market. So I'm not really going for the people who are trying to start an online store and sell 10 items. I'm trying to go for the people that are, trying to get everything out to as many of the fans as they can to, support
Okay.
whatever cause they're trying to do.
So in some ways, it's like a substitute for people that may want to get their merchandise out there in a sense, like somebody wants their
Yeah, people
custom
that can't be
merchandise.
on the road right now.
Okay.
So that's kind of been the biggest thing. But like I said, fundraisers are huge too. So if you're trying to do um, something that could help people raise money for medical supplies or food or, anything like that, definitely do a fundraiser for that. So
Okay. And so are you working with people primarily in your area or do you work with people all over? You know?
no, people all over. We just opened a store last night that was for a YouTuber in Canada.
Oh, okay.
So we set the store up to sell for Canada and US. Most of our business has always been that way anyway. It's all national stuff. So, we can ship anywhere in the world. So it doesn't really matter where we're from. We have the same turnaround and, shipping's pretty fairly cheap nowadays. I mean, you can send 100 shirts to California for like 25 bucks. So
Yeah.
it really, you can be anywhere, especially where we are. If we were locally only, we wouldn't have a business because, like I said, our town has like 1,000 people in it. So um, a lot of everything we've done ever since we started the business has all been social media. Like we started
Right.
when MySpace started. So I've always just been hitting people up online and bands and everything. So we built our reputation on, dealing with people on social media and, proving our worth. And then, it's been word of mouth and everything since then. So
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, otherwise, if you sold everybody just after church, you'd be done, I guess. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all right. Well, I really appreciate your time, Dylan, and I look forward to talking to you again. And hopefully, this can help some people out and give them some ideas, at least some things they can do, in the short term here. And then, well, look forward to hearing from you again.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.